G'day everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to enter the mod menu, change values, and set up the new mods available in the just released TAYLORDRIFT Modern Warfare Pro Aim Zen Edition version 4.6. To save some people from wasting their time, if you're looking for the best values for a certain weapon, or looking for help on how to adjust progressive anti-recoil for a certain weapon, then this is not the video for you. If you're also wondering where and how to download and install this script, then you'll need to watch my other video, and I'll leave a link in the description for that one. Now that that's out of the way, let's get into it. First off, make sure you have the script selected on the Zen by pressing the blue button on the right hand side until it says Modern Warfare Pro Aim 4.6 Primary. Now, to enter into the mod menu with an Xbox controller, you'll need to press left trigger and the menu button, and for PlayStation, you'll need to press L2 and the options button. Once you've done that, you'll now be in the mod menu. From here, you can scroll through the mods by pressing left and right on the D-pad. You can turn each mod on and off by pressing up and down on the D-pad. Some mods you can enter into and adjust settings. Some are just a simple off or on. To enter into the settings for a particular mod, you need to press A or X while it's on your screen. Once you're in there, if it has any additional settings, you can scroll through those settings by pressing left and right on the D-pad. When you want to start changing values, all you need to do is hold left trigger or L2 and then use the D-pad to adjust. Left and right will move the values up and down by 1. Up and down on the D-pad will adjust those values by 10, sometimes more depending on the mod you're using. Once you're done with any changes, all you need to do is press B or circle to back out, and it will automatically save. One thing that is new with this script is the ability to choose which buttons you want to have as your profile switch buttons. For the people that are confused what that is, it's changing from your primary to secondary weapon settings on the script. You can choose between 1 button or 2 button presses to change it. I played around with both and found having it set as 2 button press was better in the long run. To set this up, you need to enter the mod menu and scroll over to profile switch buttons. From there, hold left trigger or L2 and then left or right on the D-pad to choose your first button. I went with left trigger. Now let go of left trigger or L2, press down, hold the trigger again, and choose your second button. I went with down on the D-pad. Now as you can see, when I press that combination, it now changes from primary to secondary on the Zen screen. You can now enter the mod menu and set up completely different settings for your secondary weapon. Another great setting is the ability to add quick toggles to some of the popular mods in the script. This means you can set up your own 2-button combination that will allow you to quickly turn one of the available mods on and off. For example, I like to have my rapid fire on a toggle so I can turn it off and on quickly. To set this up, you enter the mod menu and scroll over to quick toggles. Press A or X to enter the menu. Once you're in there, you can use left or right on the D-pad to scroll through and see which mods can be set up with a quick toggle. Once you've found the mod you want to set up the toggle for, you need to hold left trigger or L2 and press left or right on the D-pad until the button you want comes up. Do the same for the second button selection and back out so it saves. Now, when you press those 2 buttons, your selected mod will turn off and on. You don't have to have these mods on a quick toggle. You can also just turn them off and on in the menu. Now, that's going to be it for the quick tutorial on how to enter the menu, change values, and set up the new features in the script. For the rest of the video, I'll add in some clips of me in a private lobby playing around with some of the mods and settings. Alright, so here we are in the private lobby. I'm going to run through this script as much as I can without overloading you with information and without making this tutorial go for way too long. The first thing I'd suggest doing when you get this script is figuring out what you want to have as your profile switch button or buttons, depending if you want 1 or 2. I've gone with L2 and D-pad down. From here, what I'd suggest doing is going over to the Tailor Assist and turning that on. Also the sticky aim, turning that on. Leave the Tailor Assist on these settings here. These should be the default settings. Sticky aim, I like to run on 2020. I think it might be different as default, but it's up to you. I like to have it on 2020. It's personal preference, really. Now, let's go have a look at the mods. Starting off, we've got Legacy AR, which is the basic anti-recoil. You can use this to get rid of the majority of the recoil on the weapon. Now, a lot of people say that the Tailor Assist or the aim assist will interfere with the anti-recoil, which is true. But however, if you're using this script, you're using it to use the aim assist and the anti-recoil. If you want to use anti-recoil on its own, then go use the Warzone Pro Pack because it's good for that. But the aim assist, it's so much better with this script. So anyway, let's have a look at this weapon with no anti-recoil. All right, we've got a bit of movement there. So Let's put legacy AR on, go into the settings. Let's pop that up to say 25. It's going to the right, so I'll move this horizontal value to the left into the minus. We'll back out and we'll save those values. Okay, let's try again. There you go. Still moving over to the right a little bit. We can probably fix that. Move the horizontal to minus 11 instead. Try again here. See how we go. A bit of movement there towards the end, but I mean, come on, to be honest, going from here to here in a couple of minutes, if that, that's a massive improvement. So that's legacy AR, and that's how quick you can set that up. Now let's have a look at progressive anti-recoil. Make sure you're only running one anti-recoil at a time, so only have legacy on or progressive on. Don't have both. We turn that off, turn this one on. This one is a bit more in-depth. Vertical start, vertical end, vertical time. Horizontal start, horizontal end, horizontal time. So vertical start is how strong you want the anti-recoil to be at the start of the clip while you're shooting. Vertical end is how strong you want the anti-recoil to be at the end. Vertical time is how long you want the vertical anti-recoil to be working. Horizontal start is the same for vertical, but it's horizontal instead. Horizontal end, horizontal time. Same stuff, but for a different direction. Now, let's start with, let's say, maybe 30. Let's say 3,000. We know it's going to the right, so let's move this to the left. Let's move that one to the left as well. And let's go 3,000. So time is just the seconds, the amount of seconds you want the anti-recoil to be working. 3,000 isn't 3,000 seconds, it's 3 seconds. So let's have a look here. Did not expect it to get that decent with the first go, but okay. We can see that it's still moving down and to the right a little bit, so we can fix that. Since it's moving down towards the end, let's put the vertical end down a couple of values, and it is moving to the right towards the end of the clip as well. So let's change this to, let's say 7, and let's try this. Still going a bit to the right there towards the end of the clip, so we can fix that by changing the horizontal end over to -9. Let's try that. I mean, there we go. I mean, all of them are pretty good. I know it's just not one dot on the wall, and it does move around a little bit, but comparing that to where we started off from, that's a massive improvement. The reason why it's moving around a bit like this as well is because of the Taylor assist as well and the sticky aim. But still, again, massive improvement. All right, let's move on. All right, so next on the list is the rapid fire. Turn that one on, go into the settings, and you need to change this to a number that suits the weapon you're using. So because it's a pistol here, I'm just going to put, say, 10 rounds a second. That'll be fine. Over here. And once you hold the trigger. Now, that is just with a pistol. You can also set this up for assault rifles and other things as well. Let me get one set up now. All right, so I've just got the FAL here for the example. Let's go rapid fire. If it's turned it on, let's go put this up to, say, 20. Let's see how this works. Now, all you'll need to do is just hold the trigger. And there you go. Obviously, you can mix this with anti-recoil as well. Now, I'm going to start going through these a bit quicker now because this is already starting to take way too long. The next one is cancel reload. Make sure you've got that one on. What you'll need to do first of all is just see how long it takes to reload the weapon you've got. So if I go to reload mine now, 1, 2, 3. All right, so 3 seconds. So you need to make sure that the cancel reload time matches your reload speed time. So mine was 3 seconds. I've got mine on 3,000. Now what that will do, since I've got it on, is it now will allow me to cancel my reload and start shooting again midway through reloading. So let me give you an example here. Let me just take out a few of those. Now if I go to reload and then start shooting away, we can do that. Now if I didn't have that on, what would happen is as I go to reload, if I go to shoot again, He doesn't start shooting till the reload's finished. So that cancel reload is a big help. Okay, now next on the list is quick scope. Now what this will do, it will allow you to just tap your aim down sight trigger, and then it will automatically shoot for you once it's fully ADS. So like this. There you go. All I did was pull the left trigger. That's it. I'm not shooting with the right trigger, just pulling the left trigger. That's it. Now you can adjust it. And again, now you can adjust these settings here as well. Now in here, if you want there to be, a bit more of a delay after you've tapped the aim trigger, you can pop this up to, let's go 400. Let's try that out. A tiny bit more of a delay. Give you a bit more time to maybe drag scope onto your target. But that's quick scope. All right, so we'll look at 3 more and then I'm all done. Next one is slide cancel. There was a bit of an issue with this on some of the other TAYLORDRIFT scripts, but now it's working absolutely fine, and I'll show you. There we go. All right, let's go through the last couple of mods here that I wanted to go through. The first one's prone shot. You can turn that one on. Prone shot in the script here is what everybody knows as drop shotting. So when you start shooting, you go prone. Pretty simple. And there we go. The next one we'll look at is the bunny hop. I'll just quickly turn prone shot off, turn the bunny hop on. With bunny hopping, it just means you can hold the jump button and your operator will jump around. Okay, now the last thing I want to go through is the quick toggle options. This is one of the best things that's been added to this script, in my opinion. For quick toggles, I like to have my rapid fire on a quick toggle, so I've chosen left trigger and D-pad up. So this means when I press those 2 buttons, rapid fire will turn on or rapid fire will turn off. So with rapid fire off, we know what happens if we hold the trigger. And that's it. Now if we hit the quick toggle, rapid fire turns on. And we now have rapid fire. And that's everything. If you'd like some more detail on legacy AR, progressive AR, Taylor assist, and sticky aim, then watch my other video that I'll leave a link in the description for. I didn't want to go through the same detailed description again and make this video even longer than what it needs to be. I'm not a huge fan of really long tutorials, and I'm sure there's a lot of other people out there that think the same. I didn't want this video to be one of those really long ones. So by now, you should know how to enter the mod menu, change some values, and have a basic understanding of the mods in this script. If you do have any questions at all, put them in the comments below or message me on Discord. I'm more than happy to join private lobbies to help other people out with their Zen and the scripts. I'll leave you with this little clip of me taking care of one of those pesky little right shielders. See ya.
That's filthy.
Cheers, bro.